And one important point to consider, whether I'm correct or not, but I believe this idea that one of the distinguishing factors between the human animal and all other animals, and we'll just keep it on the level of animal, you don't have to get into other, Vedic ideas or other older cultural ideas about the soul or anything else, but I'm talking about the animalistic part of us, is that we're the only animal that can follow its instincts or go against its instincts. And so this brings in a whole aspect of why we have knowledge, why we have books, for example, like the old, Taoist and the Qigong. And the Qigong is based on, again, like I mentioned before, is the two different brains and having that balance. Also the 5 centers, which is the centers of your feet, the centers of your hands, and then the umbilical area. Because the umbilical is where, when we were in utero, inside of our mother, we were attached to our mother, and all of the nourishment that was then responsible for building our body actually has to pass through the umbilical area. And then it builds us, it develops us. And also, they say after birth, these 5 centers, the first kidney points, the heart and the pericardium points, the nervous system, and then the umbilical area. So for example, when I take a walk, when I lift my leg, I should be lifting from my umbilical area. If not, I could be lifting from my hip, and therefore when I'm 67 years old, I need to get a hip replacement. So there's this concept that our body is designed to move in a certain way. Also with the Qigong that I'm studying, my teacher says basically that, this mind, this brain, it can be our best friend or our worst enemy. And generally because it's being overstimulated, it's creating a lot of problems for us. So therefore, the movements are not just movements, but they're also based on the concept of trying to feel your body. So you have a mechanical movement, your chin goes towards your chest, and then you try to feel like someone is pulling you up from the top of your head, so you're getting an extension. So what it's doing is it's connecting the 2 brains into the more tangible body. Yeah? And that's very, very simple, because most of the time what happens is we live our life and we're walking around the world and our mind is somewhere else where our physical body isn't. So part of the healing is just based on this aspect, is to bring our mind and our physical body in the same location.